Mets were lucky when they didn't get him. They got Frazier over him. I'm not a Frazier fan either. I just didn't like Moustakas. Brett Phillips I like a lot. He was squeezed out of the Milwaukee outfield when Kane and Yelich came over, and obviously you have Ryan Braun, the Jewish
He was
giant.
the odd man out.
Yeah, you have Domingo Santana there also. Phillips was the odd man out. They did address a need, adding more power to go alongside Jesus Aguilar. I understand why the Brewers did it, but I love Brett Phillips a lot. He's got a very high ceiling. He played Sunday against the Yankees. I did see him.
Yes, he did.
I did see him. I do like him. I'm giving the Royals the edge.
Really? Okay. So
Yeah.
for the long term.
Even as of right now, because Phillips is up right now. I think right now, in the 2 months we have left in this season, Phillips is going to be better than Moustakas.
Fair enough.
How about that, huh, for a bold prediction? You're listening to Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We are live twice a week, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. I'm Jacob Volk. Sitting across from me, Eric Fischetti and Matt Charkowick. Number to call if you have something on your mind, or to win a pair of tickets to the Long Island Duck game on Sunday, August 12th at 5:05 p.m. is 516-572-7440. We're just rolling along here with these MLB trades. Are we good? Do we need to take a break?
I'm fine.
All right, good. If we need to take a break, tell me, and we'll take a break. I don't have a problem with that. That's a great thing about this being a non-commercial radio station. I can take breaks whenever I want or whenever I don't want. The most importantly, we've done shows where we haven't taken breaks before.
Yeah, because, I think the most recent one, I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Joe Ardita was part of it. I remember that.
Did it have anything to do with football? Because
Yes.
for some reason, right?
It did have to do with football.
Was it the draft?
I don't think it was the draft, because Joe wasn't here the Tuesday after the draft. So it did have something to do with football. I don't remember exactly what it was, but we have done shows with no breaks. Reason why I bring that up is because I have a horrible habit of not taking breaks if, I'm good and everyone else is, kind of tired. Yeah. I'll tell you a little bit of a secret. When Beyond the Game was first getting off the ground, one of the requirements was you have to create what's called an evergreen. And an evergreen is a timeless show that can play if the radio station is closed and the listener still wants to hear Beyond the Game. And the first one that we did was Mark Talkowski and the True Hockey Maven going over my top 100 NHL players. And I was just rolling through the list. We actually did top 75 skaters, because when we did 100 players, it didn't work. Top 75 skaters we did, and I was just rolling through them, and Mark would flash the timeout sign intermittently. So that was my signal to take a break. So if you guys need to take breaks, I don't have a problem with it. Just a long-winded way of saying that. I just know that sometimes I have that really bad habit. But we're good so far?
I'm good.
So far, so good.
All right, good. So let's get to the most controversial trade of the deadline. The Blue Jays traded Roberto Osuna to the Astros.
You're on a roll.
Rolls on the tongue there.
Thank you. See, that I can do.
Osuna. Sounds like a fragrance. Here, try Osuna.
Try Orphan from Impractical Jokers. Every bottle of Orphan is damaged in one way or another.
It's having a hard knock life.
It wants to be adopted by a bald billionaire who's either white or black. It depends on what the movie is.
True. True.
I did not see the remake with Jamie Foxx, I'll be honest with you. It's not a race thing, I just don't like when they remake movies. They traded him to the Astros for Ken Giles, Hector Perez, and David Paulino. This year, Osuna has a 2.93 ERA and 9 saves. Giles is 0-2 with a 4.99 ERA and 12 saves. And according to MLB.com, Perez and Paulino were Houston's 10th and 23rd best prospects, respectively. Who do you think won the trade?
Watch the pun. Slap in the face to Ken Giles. No,
but it's not really a slap in the face to him. The guy
deserved it. He absolutely deserved it.
Of course he did.
He was not good. Honestly, he was overrated.
Think about it this way. The Astros gave up Vince Velasquez to get him. Look how Vince Velasquez is doing this year for Philly. I mean, he is a huge part of why the Phillies are where they are. You think the Astros want that trade back? I know their rotation is stacked, but you think they wouldn't want Velasquez?
It's true. As soon as you get through any one of the Astros' juggernaut starters. The bullpen is, especially before this trade, it was not good.
Giles, Davinsky, Harris, Sipp. It was a bunch of nonsense.
That's why I think, and this is just kind of going back to the Yankees for a little bit, that's why I think the Yankees had the edge over the Astros and the Red Sox, because right after the starters, you get to the bullpens, and they're not that great.
Listen, I said before the season started that the Yankees were going to win the World Series, and I'm sticking with it. The one thing I'm going to say is the Red Sox and the Astros are going to be really tough matchups for the Yankees.
Of course,
the
absolutely.
Yankees, I think, will win, but I think the series will go the distance, and I'm going to be locked into those games. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't tell me that my family member died. I will deal with it after the game. If you need to talk to me during a commercial. Otherwise, bring me a bottle, a diaper, some alcohol, and some snacks, and I'm set for the next 3 hours.
Wait, a bottle, a diaper, and alcohol. Wait, so which one, what are you drinking first?
The bottle is for a certain bottle.
Got it.
Okay.
So, Gatorade bottles. Let me just say that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
But, look, the Astros 100% won this trade. I'm surprised the Blue Jays found a suitor.
I am too. Here's what I'm going to say about Osuna. He has not been convicted of anything, but he was suspended 75 games. He was apologetic in a statement that he let out. You don't do that if nothing happened. I think something happened. I don't know what exactly happened. There are only 3 people that know that. Osuna, his significant other, and God. So it's unfair for me to speculate on what exactly happened. The question I want to ask is, Eric, just really fast, does he deserve a second chance?
Well, if no details come out, I would say yes. Granted, we don't know what happened. This isn't like a Ray Rice situation where we can see it. It's not like that at all. Well, maybe not right now. Maybe at some point in the future something can come out. Right now, it's tricky. It's very tricky. But I also have a question.
Yeah.
Being that he's suspended for so long, is he eligible to make the playoff roster?
Yes.
He is.
That's only for steroids.
Okay, so basically, Cano will not be eligible.
Cano is not eligible. Osuna is.
Okay, because
very good question.
Okay, because this broke yesterday during the home stretch, and I was trying to figure out if he was eligible. I came to the conclusion that he could be, and that Cano wasn't, because Chapman was suspended for the same thing, and he was eligible for the playoffs, even though it was a shorter suspension.
You're very astute.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm a big due process guy. I believe that everyone should have the opportunity to prove their case, to be innocent until proven guilty. I don't know what happened. I haven't seen the police report. I think something happened here. You don't get suspended 75 games and you don't let out the statement that he did if nothing happened.
You think the Astros know?
I think Jeff Luhnow talked to Osuna, and I think he's of the opinion that everyone deserves a second chance. Now, with that being said, if you beat your significant other, there's really no excuse for that. I can't think of an excuse for it, because there isn't one.
It's gross.
There's no excuse for violence. Period. I mean, I don't care what the situation, unless you're being attacked. If you're being attacked, okay, fight back. But if you're going to attack your significant other, that's a bunch of nonsense. That's horrible.
He's not a man.
It's disgraceful. He's not a man. Exactly. I mean, I defended Chapman and I defended Familia because I didn't feel like there was smoke there. It was just their word against their significant others. With Osuna,
it was a he said, she said kind of thing.
With Osuna, the statement that he let out, though, that proves to me that something happened.
So it was too genuine, is what you're saying?
Not that it was too genuine. It's just that proved to me that
there was something there.
There was something there. You know how the NFL suspends players before they really know what happened?
Yeah.
I thought that's what could have happened here, but again, I feel like a broken record with the statement that he let out. I don't think that's the case. I'm trying to be very careful here because this is a sensitive topic for some people. And obviously there are hotlines to help if you're a victim of domestic violence. Not the place for it. Here's the question I want to ask, though. While we're on the subject of controversies, What about the offensive tweets that have surfaced? Because I have a very strong opinion about this, but I'll let you guys go.
I did too. I did this yesterday, and I was hosting the home stretch yesterday, which is normally taken by Andrew Zucker, who could not be there yesterday.
You're better.
Okay, thank you. But anyway, Andrew Zucker wasn't there yesterday. He had to be at a wedding, so it was me and Cameron Bonagura. I was on the
nice guy. I was with Cameron yesterday, actually, too.
Right, and he told me that
for orientation, yeah.
And he told me that.
Nice guy.
I am on the side of if you put stuff out on the internet, it is going to be there forever.
Yeah.
Because if you delete it, people can still find it. Now, these tweets that have come out, especially with Sean Newcomb, and in my opinion, it took away from his no-hitter, or his almost no-hitter, his one-hit shutout, which was a great outing by him. It took away from that. And you know what? It's very sad because you can tell me that you're a stupid kid. You know what? Fine. But when you tell me that these derogatory... Again, I'm trying to be careful, too.
Racist comments.
These derogatory racist comments. I'm trying not to get too heated because I got very heated yesterday.
We've got an hour and 18 minutes, so you can get as heated as you want.
Okay, well, there you go.
Counting down the minutes.
But it's disgusting to me. I would say that it's different because none of these guys, Hader or Trey Turner or Newcomb, they're not on the Yankees or the Giants or the Knicks or the Islanders. So it's easy for me to say... What?
I just love how you didn't mention the Mets, the Rangers.
No, just my teams.
Nets. That was funny.
No, because it falls into my point. They're my teams that I watch. They're my team. I'm wearing a Giant shirt right now. We're all
wearing sports shirts. I actually just realized that.
Yeah. Hey, nice. Mine and Jacob's are better. Sorry.
No, that's true. I'm with you. I'm a Giants fan.
Okay, well, there you go. But you're not wearing one right now.
Better than both of yours.
Fair enough.
I'll tell you that.
I mean, the Iron Horse for a reason. But these players, it would be easier for me to say, as in if I was a Braves fan, a Brewers fan, or a Nationals fan, I'd be embarrassed. But who am I to say that? Who am I to say it if, a Brewers fan, a Braves fan, or a Nationals fan is not embarrassed? You can be on the side of it being, all right, yeah, he was a stupid kid. And, yeah, Twitter and social media in general is not only a curse, but it's a blessing also. It's a blessing in the sense that it's easy access to everything. But it's also a curse because it's easy access to everything. Yeah. So it's such a tricky situation. I'm just on the side of I don't like it. I think that they're nice guys. I'm sure they are. I would just like to point out that what they're telling us, what's in front of us right now, without the horse blinders, right, next to our eyes. What's happening behind closed doors, we will never know. Maybe these guys are pissed off. Maybe these guys are saying, we forgive you because they don't want to cause a distraction to any one of their teams, who all three of them are in playoff races right now. So it can take away from the possible success of said team. So that's just where I stand on that.
Yeah, just the whole situation. It's bad. I wouldn't even classify, when situations like this pop up, I don't even classify if you're this fan, you should be upset. In general, I feel like when these kind of situations pop up in sports, having these personal matters mixed in with your favorite sports league, it's disgusting no matter any way you look at it.
Exactly, yeah. Because, look at the Ray Rice situation. I'm not a Ravens fan. I'm a football fan. I was
disgusted with that whole situation, too.
But
it was awful.
But we're all human beings.
I think anyone with a conscience was.
Yeah, but we're all human beings. We're all, the same person. Just some of these people get paid to play a game, right?
Yeah.
It's just, it's one thing if, you run in trouble with the law in one way or another, like drunk driving, like what Jason Kidd did a couple of times when he was a member of the Nets and the Knicks.
Don't remind me.
No, I mean the Nets and the Knicks, too. So.
Do you remember that he was suspended for his first, 5 games as net head coach?
Vaguely.
I don't remember a little bit.
I will give you $40 if you can tell me who the interim coach was.
Man. It was after Carlissimo. He wasn't there. Oh, man. I'm trying to think because it was after...
I'm not the guy who, when you look at the staff, it should have been. It was Joe Prunty.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. I'm not going to be honest.
See, that's why you got me. It's the net fan in the room. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. First up, good job, both of you. Second up, everyone makes mistakes. That's why they have erasers on pencils, but a mistake like playing a PSA when I want to play a promo instead, I'm just looking at the board, so that's why I'm thinking of that, is nowhere near as bad as beating your